Hello my YouTubian friends. Hey, welcome to Nutshell's vlog, video log for my Honda 2020 Rebel 300. Today I'm going to go over what I did to change the oil. There's a lot of videos out there. Most of them are on a Rebel 500. The 300 is a little bit different. So I wanted to kind of just go over that real quick, show you the differences, or at least tell you what the 300 requires, and then it's going to be a really quick process. There is at least one, maybe two videos out there for the Rebel 300, but I thought I'd go ahead and do one too. Why not, right? So as you can see, there's my good old Rebel 300 ready for some work. Yes, it should be warm but not too hot where I can't touch it. Make sure you have the appropriate oil. I've got the appropriate oil based upon what is noted. The other thing you want to do prior to get started is to make sure you have the oil filter. Okay, and that's the oil filter for this guy, and I'll show you where that goes in a second. And then you need the oil filter seal, the gasket, so that's for this as well. That's going to go on that part. And then this is a little washer nut that goes on the oil drain plug. Now the major difference here on the 300 is this part right here. Okay, I can touch this. It's a little hot, but I can still touch it. And that is where the oil filter, this sucker, moink, goes right in there. Now on the 500, it's a bigger piece that fits underneath, but you can see it's a 300. It's a much smaller engine, and so this just takes a smaller thing. It goes right in there. You can see it only has 4 nuts on it. Now I've got this little tool here that fits right on this guy, and it's going to let me pop that thing off. And then you need another socket here, another wrench. This is a 12 millimeter, and that's going to go underneath here, the daisy, to drain. Okay, and once I get to that spot, I will share with you how that works, but it's pretty straightforward. So just make sure you have a catch basin, which I have here. I've got plenty of oil, as you can see, more oil than I need, but better to have more than not enough. And then you have a catch basin to catch the oil. That's got to fit underneath. All right, and I'm going to suggest getting some paper towels or maybe some cardboard or something to make sure you don't get your garage all messed up. So I'm going to pause this right here right now, and then we will get started. All right, so as I mentioned, the oil drain plug is on the other side of the bike. It's right here. It's this silver thing right here. Okay, so you're gonna need your 12 millimeter wrench, and you're gonna want to loosen it before you get started. Okay, so just not tighten it, you want to loosen it. Okay, so now I've broken it, and make sure it's loose. All right, it's loose. All right, so it's loose. I don't want to do any more because I want to get my catch basin underneath to catch the oil that comes out. But before I do that, I want to go over to the oil fill and take this off. Alrighty, and that will allow air to flow in. All right, and allow you to drain the oil. So we'll go ahead and remove that. Now I don't have gloves on, but I definitely will get some paper towels. So I'm going to stop this so I can get some paper towels. All right, this might be a little hard to see, so please forgive me. Let me see if I can move it around for you guys. And remember, we loosen this up, got the plug off, and this hopefully isn't too hot. If it is, I'm going to get burned like fire. Burn like fire. All right, so I'm loosening, and then pull it off. There she goes. Okay, So we're gonna let that drain. Now this might not be too dirty, but I figured I'd go ahead and do an oil change. It's been a while. I think I'm almost getting up to 3,000 miles, so about 2,500 miles after my last oil change. You know what? The oil doesn't look that bad. You know, it's not that bad. And that's it. All right, so we'll let that drain, and then we'll go to the other side and pull the oil filter off and get that going too. So while that's still draining, as you can see, it's draining a little bit. And the reason we do that part first is because we don't want to open where our oil filter is and have all that oil spill out all over us. So we do this here, and hopefully this is not going to be tough for a lot of people. I've heard people have had problems with some of their bolts. Now, of course, the one I need to get to, and I can't, look at that, look at that, I don't have something to fit that. This is actually a 5/16 socket, so I'm gonna go see if I got a wrench for this. All right, so luckily I had a tool that's gonna work here. I hope it should. Fits on there pretty good. And if we can, there we go. All right. Now I don't wanna lose my screw in the oil pan because that would really be terrible. So I'm gonna remove all these screws, and then we'll get back to fitting. We're going to need to make sure this fits on here, and we'll check the filter and make sure it works as well. But I ordered everything based upon what the spec says, so it should be good. Coming back to you. Boink. So as you can see, even though we had the other area open for oil to drain, it's still going to drain out of this cap. So there's nothing you can do about that. It just is going to happen. So just be prepared. That's going to happen. That's why we keep the pan underneath until everything is put back in place and after we've put new oil in. Okay? There's only 4 of these bolts. They come off pretty easy. At least mine did. Okay, now this whole part wants to come off. As you might be able to see, I can't tell if you can, probably see my elbow. So this whole part is coming off. So just be careful when you're taking this off not to drop everything in the oil pan. That would be a big mess. So we try to keep it not messy. Things work a lot easier. So I'm holding this piece and unscrewing the last screw. I started at the bottom. That seemed to make more sense. All right, so that came off. Notice there's a spring in here. Okay, that's going to go back in when we put this back on. All right, so I set that aside. There's my little old filter. Let's take a look at that. This should just pop right off, which it does. All right, and we can see it should be the same. Doesn't look like the same. Said it was the same, but I'm gonna give it a shot. See what it says, man. Everything else looks the same about it. All right, so I'm gonna clean up the oil that's in here. Notice the old gasket. The old gasket was in here. Make sure that this is the same as the new gasket, which it is. So that's good. I want to put this all back together, fill it up with oil then, and away we go. So we got everything out. We've got everything cleaned up. When you're putting the new one back on, you take a little oil. You can even use the oil and just put it on the seal here. Do the same for the gasket. So make sure they get some oil on there before you put it in. This just should sit right in there. All right. And then this one, we're just going to put back on. Make sure we put the gasket on this piece. Don't try to put it on this because it's going to fall off and drop in your oil pan. So you put this gasket on here, put one of the bolts through so it kind of holds it in place. Put your spring on and then just slip it right on there and get that thread going. All right, get one of those guys going, and then we'll get everything else going. It might be a little difficult because of the spring. That's why we got this wrench here to help us along. Okay, make sure you're going the right way. It also helps when you get it in the hole. I mean, come on, Mike. All right, so you just do a couple of them and then get one of the others screws so you can kind of get it lined up. Make sure the gasket's all lined up. Everything's good. And get it started. I'm doing the reverse side, opposite side of the one I already started. All right, and away we go. All right, then just do the other 4 bolts. We put the drain plug back in, and then we fill the oil back in here, wipe everything down. Should be good to go. So I've got everything all snug, retightened back up. Most importantly, I got the drain plug back in. You don't want to be putting new oil in before you do that. So everything's all set. I've got enough oil. I'm using a filter oil funnel to put my oil in. If you got a steady hand, you don't need that, but I'm going to use it anyway. And then the old oil I'm going to put back in my oil containers. So just going to fill it up, check the level. I'm going to do one full quart, and then I've got about another half in this other bottle. I'm going to put those in. I'm going to check my oil level, and then if I need more, I'll put more in later. Now, some of you might be asking, why did you do your oil change? You only got 3,000 miles. It's only got 2,500 miles on the oil you just put in. Spec says you can go, I think it's 6,000 miles. Well, the reason is I just got a delivery for some new Viking bags. That's right, some new saddlebags. I'm going to try to put on this later. I'll get that recorded and out to you guys as well. But I'm really excited about those. So I wanted to get this oil done so I didn't have anything in the way. They wouldn't be in the way, but I just wanted to do it anyway. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Anyhow, that's all I got to say. After I get this all filled in, get it fired up, see how we do. All right, so you can see the line right now. It's showing I'm at the maximum height. You might think I'm all done. Well, I'm not. I've got about 1.5 quarts in this guy, but I haven't yet run the engine. And because I put a new filter in, that new filter area is going to consume some of that oil. So we want to fire this up, let it run for a little bit so that oil can move through all the parts, get to where they're going. Need to get into this new oil filter here, and then we'll check the level. When that's all done, if we need more oil, which I'm assuming we will, we'll put more oil in, check the level, and then we'll be done. Don't forget to put your bike level. And someone told me this trick. I thought it was really great. Get a little 2x4, put your stand on it. This levels out the bike really well. Just be careful when you're doing it, because you don't want it to tip over, but it seems to level out the bike well enough for me that I don't have to try to hold it. So I'm gonna run it. Well, I'm gonna move the oil, I'm gonna run it, and then check it again. And if I need a little more, I'll add a little more. That's why I got the big bucket there, big can. Make sure you dispose of the old oil in the appropriate place according to what your state requires, which usually means not down the drain. So take it to your oil dispensary area. All right, guys, that's all I had for today. That's all I'm going to share. Hope you had a good time, learned a little bit. I always learn a little bit. And if you have any questions, just drop me a note in the comments below. Thanks. Hang loose, y'all. Shout out to Alyssa D. Thanks. I know you did yours before, but now you can see what's involved with a 300. Because you didn't think there was a difference, but there is. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.